Hello guys, and welcome back to another video on the Tigers draft. I know I didn't cover the individual players after oh crap. After Tyler Madison, I didn't cover any of the other players. I only covered the top 5. I said I was going to cover the top 10, but here is my kind of sum up on the whole draft. So here is a picture of the Tigers draft board, and I circled all the guys that I have some concerns with. I know Ty Madden was like a guy that all of Tiger fans could agree was good. It was a good pick. But the rest of this draft class, a lot of people had problems with players, and I get it. Jackson Jobe is circled on there because he's a pitcher coming out of high school. Even though he doesn't have the usual concerns that you would usually have for a high school pitcher, there's still some other concerns there. And coming out of high school is still like making that transition from high school to the pros immediately. Like college kind of helps you along mentally, but going straight from high school to the pros mentally can kind of throw you out of whack. So it's just going to be interesting to see how he handles that. Now you may notice that like the shortstop that we drafted, outfielders that we like most position players that we drafted, all three of them, I don't have concerns with. That is because I believe actually all of them batted above 250, um, and it was over a significant amount of games. So I'm not too concerned about them. Their batting average looks good. Their fielding looks good. Just statistically, it looks fine. I guess my only concern would be if they can transition well. Um, but they look fine. We're just gonna have to watch them through the minors and see how they do. Another guy that I had concerns with is Cole Hep, if that's how you pronounce his name. A lot of the pitchers, actually all the pitchers that I circled, basically my concerns with all of them were the same. They had a good. The heck is making whatever. They have a significant, a good winning percentage, a good amount of wins, a winning record. Their wins, they look nice. And they have a good amount of strikeouts, but their ERA is above 3. That's my concern with them. Yeah, they can win games, and sure, they can get the strikeouts, but why is their ERA like that? Are these the type of guys where if you don't put a good defense behind them, they're not going to do good? I know that kind of sounds redundant because they are good at strikeouts. But when the player doesn't strike out, what's happening? If they don't strike the batter out, is the batter going to get significant, ground on the bases? I know I just messed that up. But like say if you don't strike the batter out and he hits a grounder, uh, is he getting on second because it wasn't a fast enough ball or there wasn't enough movement on your curveball, uh, and they hit a grounder and it went out to the outfield and they were able to leg it out for a double? Is that going to happen most of the time? And that's why your ERA is kind of high because they ended up scoring. That's my main concern with them. Is it could be just a reoccurring thing where if they don't have a good defense, we're screwed if anybody makes contact. That's my concern with them, and that should be a decently big concern, because you can't always have a good defense. Guys are going to get injured. Sometimes people are going to have an off night. You can't always rely on your defense. Now, maybe they won't. Maybe they won't. I know this year was kind of off for everybody. Maybe mentally this year they were just off. I get that. I was too. Mentally this year and last year, it was a whirlwind. So maybe that affected their play a little bit. because you kind of always played under this cloud of if somebody gets a fever, your whole season's down the toilet, and you're screwed. So maybe that messed some guys up a bit. It's just this whole draft class we're going to have to very closely monitor because there's just so many question marks in it. Jackson Jobe is going to be one that's going to be really fun to watch in the minors. I'm excited to see him play in Lakeland or West Michigan. It's going to be cool. Same thing with Ty Madden. Ty Madden, I'm thinking there's a chance that he starts out in Lakeland and like by the end of the season, the minor league season, he's up in Double A, just like Spencer Torkelson. Jackson Jobe, I think he might spend a full season down in Single A. Now maybe he starts at Lakeland and moves up to West Michigan, like in the middle of the minor league season. And then next, okay, let me try to rephrase that. I messed that up. So maybe he starts out his first season. He starts out in Lakeland, moves up to West Michigan. I think he'll probably stay in West Michigan for the rest of the season. Stay the whole year down there, and then next year he probably plays the beginning of the year in West Michigan. Then gets called up to Double A, while Spencer Torkelson and Riley Green and all them are up in AAA or the majors, just depending on how they're progressing. I know Riley Green, he might be in the majors by that point, but Torkelson and Dingler and maybe even Ty Madden would be up in AAA. I think Ty Madden might kind of do what like Casey Mize did, where he just rises up the ranks really fast. But Jobe, he'll probably be in Double A, and then the next year move up to AAA. Like it's gonna be a yearly thing where he moves up. I don't think he's gonna move up like in the middle of the season, just because this is like his college now, because he never went to a college. He's still developing. He has more room to develop probably than anybody. Even though he is really good with that secondary pitch, he still has a lot of room to develop. Because the rest of his pitches, his fastball and slider are good. His curveball is still definitely developing. It's good. It's solid. It needs developing a bit. But like once he develops all his pitches, which is probably going to take like 2 or 3 years, you're going to see him up in the majors. He's going to be part of our rotation. Does he do good? Fingers crossed. I hope so. Please, dear God, let this man succeed, because I've defended him so much to the point where if he doesn't succeed, well, I gotta put him on a list with TJ Leaf, and nobody wants to be on a list with TJ Leaf. So I'm hoping Jackson Jobe can be added to that, because when you look at how he plays, you look at how he pitches, you see his pitch types, you see how other scouts talk about him. He just looks good. His stats look good. He had an ERA of like 0.13. I think, crap, I forget where I saw it, but it was over, was it at home? It was like so special split, where it was at home or away, or over like his past 10 games or something like that. He had like a 0.13 ERA. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And he has a secondary pitch basically mastered, along with a good fastball. That's really rare to find in a college pitcher. That's really rare to find in a college pitcher. This is a high school guy. This is an 18-year-old. This is an 18-year-old we're talking about here. He's a rare talent. If he succeeds, it's definitely going to depend on how good our developmental team handles him over in Detroit. I guess up in Detroit, since I'm in Indiana. But I mean, we have Roger Federer, and he built Casey Mize, Matt Manning. He's helped Matthew Boyd tremendously. Same thing with Jose Urena. Probably, I wish Taharin didn't get injured, he probably would have helped him. But now with all these new pitchers coming in, he's going to coach all of them up, and at least one of them is going to do good. I think the one that I'm really banking on doing good is either Ty Madden or Jackson Jobe, possibly even both of them becoming all-star level guys in our rotation. I'm thinking that there's a good possibility that we have a rotation similar to like 2012, where it's just ace after ace after ace, all-star after all-star after all-star. You know, you could have 3 nights in a row where you're watching all-star level talent pitch, and it's just looking beautiful. That's what I'm thinking we could have in like 5 to 10 years. It's going to be amazing. And possibly a similar, starting 9 guys, or I guess it'd be 8 because the pitcher takes up 1. But, where your first baseman is an all-star level talent. Your middle infielders are all-star level talent. Your third baseman's an all-star level talent. You've got at least 1 or 2 guys in the outfield that's an all-star level talent. And your catcher's an all-star level talent. Whether it's defensively or offensively, they've got some form of all-star level talent in them. If we can get this team like it was in 2012, where the Illiches are just spilling money everywhere, paying for every team, we've developed a ton of really good guys. Oh my goodness, this team's going to be something. This team's going to be something in 5 to 10 years. I get that's a long time to wait, but if we can actually win a World Series, I'm thinking it's going to be worth it. At least to me, I'm willing to wait 5 to 10 years to see my team win a championship, because the only championships that I've been alive for, the last one I was alive for was in 2008 by the Red Wings, and I was 2. So I'm not old enough to remember. I think I was like I wasn't even a year old when the Colts won their championship. So I haven't seen a championship that I can remember. I want to. I really want to. I think Torkelson is going to help us get there. I think everybody that we're developing the minors is going to help us get there. And this draft class is going to help us get there. It's looking like a beautiful draft class. See you guys next time. As always, I'm not funny. And to the new subscribers, thank you. Thanks. We're really close to 250. I tweeted out, we're so close to 250. I wake up, look at the subscriber count, and we're at 251. And I go, not bad, not bad. Not bad, guys. Not bad. See you guys next time.
There's the 2-2.
Oh, and he went too far.